Here we are. Sorry for being a little bit late tonight, and we're on a mission today. I'm up to build me a Grav ship finally. At least that's the plan. At least get the start going, something like that. Let's see where we will end up. It is on my end here a real life heat wave, so it's actually dastardly warm here. But that doesn't stop me. So we're gonna be building our Grav ship in this enclave here. At least that's the plan. As soon as the walls are ready, I will start building the basics here. And then we'll see how far we will get. Crypt Sleep Warriors. That's a new one. We really need that ship to fly to these places. I see. Well, took us quite some time to get to that, but we're slowly getting there. Okay. So we are currently trying to recruit somebody here. We got a new member to be. Okay. Just keep harvesting the plants outside a little bit. So let's see. Dark Reunion. A Sancphage is looking for a safe place to meet with 3 other Sankhphages. Okay. What's that book good for? Oh, we could transform somebody of ours into a vampire with that quest. But no, we're just going to go. And take the components here. Renaski, hi there. Oh, Renos guy? Between ACS and Rimworld, yeah, that's two good games to bounce back and forth from. Our stove is broken. This is really bad. Hey, Paperboy, welcome. This is bad because we ain't got no extra new components. Okay. We have to search components now. The quest is on. Is that Mega Scarab still hostile? I bet it is. It must be one of the leftovers here from the previous Adventures of Oz. Okay, so... Oof. This is really at the other end of the map, but what can I do? There, the Sankhphages have arrived, okay. Lee, the barkeep. Isaias, the Illuminator. Boy, oh boy, pretty dangerous guy. Brass, the Navy tech. And Cindy, the shelter kid. Okay. Why is Brody actually mining? My dude. People without passion are not supposed to do this. No, look, they use my official gathering spot for that. Nice. They even brought up a blood torch to do so. Okay. Yeah, Sanguiphage is gonna be sanguiphaging, I guess. Okay. Well. Too bad that I still have to wait until the wall's completely brought up. But I really won't be starting building my my Grav ship before I have an enclosure around it. Just, nah. See you later, suckers. I had to do that. Okay. What bothers me a little bit is that this seems to be the last bit of compacted machinery we got on this map. Ooh, another assault rifle is finished. Oh, come on, Jimmy. Ooh, there's a plasteel vein back there. Hello there, beautiful. Definitely something which we're going to excavate before we leave the map. So, let's see. Whose gun sucks? Brody. There we go. So this is where my components went, you see. I don't regret a thing. Alright, yeah, compacted plasteel is among the worst things to mine. George and Brody are suffering from the flu. Okay. Let's give them proper mids. So, who's my best doctor? Brody is. Next best, Maxwell. Okay. Okay. There we go. That should be some nice immunity gain to begin with. Yeah, he's basically already ahead of time. So we're going to assign Herbal from here on out. And hope for the best. Ew, blood torch. So... if I would be more in a pickle, I would be preaching health, but, I don't know. A little bit bothered by Jimmy's constant bad mood. So we're gonna give him a nice cup of good morning tea. So, medical treatment needed. Insect meat has rotted away. Ooh, that was a horrible treatment. So let's hope that this was good enough. Maxi. You little troll. 23%. This one I don't have any worries about. On his end, though. Yak's join. Okay. Yeah, Brody's currently losing the immunity race a little bit, so we're going to give him a better dosage here. Because currently, the flu is winning. %. Nice. I don't care about the yaks leaving in any form. Currently only worried about the well-being of Brody. It's been a little bit too much on his feet for my taste, but let's see. Standard Grav tech researched. Let's research hunter drones. So I'm gonna be against Brody doing the treatment for George. He needs to stay in bed. And we are in the pukey zone again. Because people are not cleaning the cooking zone again. Guys, Ponchak, that's ACS stands for Amazing Cultivation Simulator. It's basically Chinese Rimworld. Okay, now immunity has a has an advantage on Georgie's end, anyways. But yeah, these things are pretty much a setback. But what can you do? Slows us down, but sometimes you just need to accept that. As long as we're not losing Brody to the flu, I'm okay with that. So this treatment, I am... Ooh, a Thadeo combat supplier. Nice. I mean, at the end of the day, I am already pretty well geared out right now. So... I probably won't be gaining too much out of that, but, well... We'll see. Yeah, but currently we're in the puke zone, so... There goes that. Loop-de-doo. Shells. Well, very tempted as a matter of fact. Come on, let's buy ourselves some. It is very costly, and I think to some degree you can spend your money better than that, but I want to be ready if we get sieged, you see. Books. What do we have here? The River Re-Examination and Fishing. A study in advanced lighting. Wait a sec, that's my books. Duh. So we're gonna be selling a couple of these. Oh, come on. And gonna be buying a couple of those. Alright. Well, there's finally some advantage there. And George is already almost over it. Immunity gain between people is so wildly different, it's amazing. I always find it very, very interesting. But yeah, we're not gonna be treating George another time. He's gonna get over it by himself. Hey, Brody. Good boy. Alright. 75 persons should be enough. And George is on recovery. Good. So we survived that piece of... as well. So, we're on the way to weekend, by the way. At least while I'm recording this. Coffee. The best fee. Alright, how's Gookis going? Oh, well. She's a very slow recruit. But in all fairness, we used her as a human shield, so... Oh, I get why she doesn't like us. Yo, Jimmy, do you want to provoke the next food poisoning? Cooking right next to the puke? Jeez, man. Another combat supplier. This time out of space. Fearful... What? Fearful export company of Space Nexus. Damn, man. This surely does sound pretty scoopy. Yeah. Forget about me today. I'm Scoopy. Did I already mention that we that temperatures were beyond 30 degrees today? No. Oh yeah. Psychic Soothe Pulsar. Mood boost. Nah, we don't need such things. Instant regret, basically. But for the moment, we do need the money. A minigun. Nah. Sounds better on paper than it is in real. But we gonna be buying some componentos. Neotani, hi there. Happy to see it, man. Been a while, wasn't it? Come on, sweep out Brody's. He puked into his room. Disgusting, man. If I wouldn't be around for you guys, if I wouldn't be around for you, You'd have to live with your own puke in your bedrooms. That's how I take care for you. So let's get ourselves another cooler in this. Just realized that we're regularly not in the clear. Well, you do you. I'm welcoming lurkers and chatters alike. Just doing a show, and I'm happy if you're enjoying it. Okay. So, is the wall ready? No, it's not. Still a couple of extra granite blocks necessary. Brody, how are you brodying? Yeah, he's finally getting past his flu here. He even made it to be a medical emergency. Okay, there we go. Just don't want to build the Grav engine without any enclosure because there might be raiders coming and steal it. Would be really terribly sad. So, let's go for herbal meds. %67 with herbals. Nice. And it was enough to bring Maxwell from medicine 5 to medicine 6, so that flu definitely had a strange kind of profit to itself here. Although we had to invest a lot of medicine into that, in all honesty. Alright, let's cut some stones manually. Okay, what's the matter, guys? Maxwell compared Bannet to a dragon. This is something you are angry about? Wow. Torso bite. Okay. We'll... Good thing that Brody is back brodying. Very slow progress on the conversion of Gukis. But that's okay. Come on. Get yourself some good teas. You rascal. And Maxwell, you get a smoke leaf joint administered. Doctor will come on by, plot that reefer into your mouth and light it up. Come on, Jimmy. Operate at him. Midnight reefer. There we go. Cheers, dude. With my chemical fascination people, I need to work like that. They need that. So let's put Maxwell and I'll still leave Maxwell on a high priority bed rest. He's a little bit battered up. Well, maybe Bennett gets a day of bed rest too, huh? Who could have guess that comparing people to dragons makes them so angry. I would be honored if somebody called me a dragon, but yeah. We made a fun event here. In 2 days, we can do another leader speech. There we go. So now I can finally start building that Grav ship. Good stuff. Took me only I don't know how many hours, but who cares? Oh. So that'll be the center of the ship. I don't have that many Gravlight panels available in any case, so we will start out with a relatively small platform. Okay. Hooray! There it is. My own spaceship. Well, the core of it, that is. So, for thrusters, we're going to require steel and components. Got it. So let's make that thing a little bit larger. Finally. Ooh, we got ourselves now the hunter drones. So, I got biofuel refining already too. Time to research the secrets of beer. And... ah, well, we're not going to build the biofuel refinery on land. Ledge, hi there. Welcome. So, Benedino, can we convert her properly? No? Okay. Then we're gonna do the express one again. 9.3% only. Yeah. There's really not much. Hey people, Lesh here. Sorry, I get that impression when you do that, man. If you know, you know. Let's build some more apartments while we're at it. Okay, we are going to be needing so much more steel. So let's start deconstructing basically everything that might yield steel. And I should research everything that I want to research on the high-tech bench, as long as I have one. Because we won't be having one. until I have installed it on the spaceship. And that might take a while. So let's go for something like that. Well, let's see what we can hunt here. Let's assign some hunting jobs on all those little critters. It'll train my gunners and get me some light leather, which we can work with. So, that one will be recruited very soon too. So, what do we have here? Humps! Son of Lost. Damn, this guy, you know. Humps always is a very, very strong guy because he always comes with the traits tough and super immune. There's a couple of people that always come with inherently strong skills. Alrighty. So... forced weather. Storm. Child baseliner. Or... yeah, sure. We can use more people. I gotta say, a bit of Storm for somebody who's called Storm. How couldn't I? I mean, that's badass, isn't it? But Storm is a slow learner. There I thought it would be cool to have you Storm. Jokes aside, it is always nice to have some kids around. And given enough training, Storm might turn into a quite capable person too. Look at the little guy slaughtering animals. I don't want you cooking, man. I'm very sorry. Cleaning and hauling. Sounds like good jobs for you. Radio talking. Okay. Whatever. Alrighty, Gukis is now ready to be recruited. So... I'm still sorta expanding the comfort of this colony, simply because we're still stuck here for a while. I don't think that I'll be able to get the liftoff going tonight. If we are lucky, I will be able to prepare most of the ship. So, yeah. Alright, Gookus. You get the good room. Little dude there can get this room here. Welcome! So, what are you good at? Animals. Social. Alright. She also got a passion for doctoring. Not bad. So we can drop Maxwell out of the loop. Because we got our little lady pigskin here. And I obviously do need more gunnerinos. The guns are not gunning hard enough. I do know that I am about to scrap away all of my components for even more of the assault rifles. Yes, yes. Well, we can only do one. The other components we need for the engines of our ship. We need what we need. Gorgia boy, yeah, Storm isn't the best pawn, that's true. No passions, although it's just an 8-year-old child, and it's the first of his growth tiers, so, well, we might be getting something out of this guy, but the problem is the slow learner thing. But, well, how should I say? Sometimes it's always also not the worst to have somebody who's not that good, you see. Although with somebody in his age, it takes so darn long to make it worthwhile. Yeah. Not the best red shirt then. Wow, place has grown. George went to crafting 9 by now. The killer frigate. No. Oh, I gotta say, the killer frigate sure has some style points. Can't deny. Six on 9, 6 on 9. All right. Let's get ourselves some fresh steel. And with some luck, we'll also be finding something more useful in the mountain. Okay. Getting back some steel into our position. Thank you, Gorgia Boy. I love doing guides. And what I do love more than doing guides is hearing back that they were actually helpful. So thanks. Cultist hate chanters. Okay, so you think you can do that, right? Let me show you my ratatatas. Maybe I need to reload because the ratatatas are letting me down. But we sure will go try and ratatata them down. Okay. Good thing that we have such heavy ratatatas, hmm? Alrighty, boys. Aye, that's a lot of them. Okay. Alright, so no immediate danger here. Death in 15 hours here. That's all? No, death in 8 hours on Chris. Okay, so that could have been way worse. Let's begin. Brody is my best doctor, isn't he? So you're gonna be rescuing Chris right away. Then Maxwell is going to rescue last, and George is actually not as bad off as he could be. Scary. Okay. So Chris is in need of the treatment most. Brody is already on the run here. Okay. Then we got George dying rather soonish too. Let's send Maxwell. If I've learned one thing about this game, then that it is so important to micromanage the treatment of wounded people. Because if you don't, people will just die. End of the story. Okay, that was a pretty cool fight. I really enjoyed that one. So, get your guns back, guys. And Storm, my little guy. You get that one. So last, can take this one. And now the entire colony is sorta geared up. Alright. Gukus is now also of our faction thingy. Okay, mad cultists. But I gotta say, ever since I got all the other DLCs activated, one thing that I do enjoy is the fact that we got more different things attacking us. It is cool to have changes, you see, and not always the same things happening. Alright, Goja boy, thanks for being around. Have a good one. Have a good start into the weekend. Over here it's also on the way to 1 AM, so see you next time, man. Okay. Slowly getting that steel together that we need. So there's only 60-ish Gravlite panels left. This is almost nothing. So that ship will be flying on goodwill mostly. I mean, Grav Ship Hall also luckily does not need any Gravlite panels, so... Peace talks. Not interested. Whoa, there's 9 components deteriorating out there. Gosh darn. Stop doing such, man. Chris is tantruming. Okay. Let's watch Chris tantrum. Okay. Sometimes it is really dangerous to have people tantruming. Sometimes they want to punch an anti-grind warhead, and I'm not even making this up. And sometimes they just rampage a little bit around in their room, and after some baby rage, the whole thing's over. Hey, David Village, hi there. Yeah, well, the whole hauling thing without add-ons is really weird. George Shannon, does the game place a monetary value on specific pawns? Yes. Yes. Everybody in the colony has sort of a monetary value. So this is mostly calculated by the amount of injuries that a person has. So, in short, the more battered up, old, and all people are... What? Why is this thing attacking the barricade? Since when are they attacking these? This is new to me. You should be walking into my kill box and not attack my barricade. seen something like that ever. Stop eating George. He already had a bad day. That's what you get for trying to eat George. Be happy that I don't make George eat you. I'm cooked. Orchestrator. XO Export Company. Alright, Jimmy turned into a caveman. Alright, so let's see. If we are lucky, we might have had the option to buy some Gravlight panels from these guys, but no. They don't sell. Too bad. But we do sell light leather. And a small amount of drugs. Large amount of ambrosia. Juggernaut serum. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay. What I do want to buy, though, are Or componentos. Because, you know, in this spaceship business, components are just like candy. Okay. Would have been great if these guys would have been selling me some Gravlight panels, but, well, can't have everything, I guess. Okay. But, I mean, at least I am getting the necessary steel sooner or later. Jimmy is back among us. And meanwhile, George was not lazy or anything. George was chunking. There we go. Nice. I mean, Jimmy is by now the far superior miner, and he gets more steel out of each vein, but it's okay. I'm not gonna be min-maxing too hard here. So, 5 days of forced weather are already through. And we're gonna be 14 days with this. Ugh. Ah, well. Could have been worse, right? Okay. Growth wets. So, Bennett? Proper conversion ritual is not available right now. Too bad. Encouraging. And Bennett, start converting that little guy here. An EMI field. 7 days long. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't want to lose my access to electricity, guys. Just not my style. DY Solutions, another trader. So, let's see, these guys also don't seem to have any grav light panels for me either. Sad. Oh, whatever. Alrighty. That building goes down so slowly. It's really painful. But on the other hand, it just takes time, you know. Alright, just decided that we're going to kill basically everything here. So, Lost has its first outbreak of Alzheimer's. Wandering around confused and doing nothing except for being confused. Oh, good mood pulse for the male people in our colony. Oh boy. A mechanoid cluster. But luckily it doesn't seem to have any threat thingies going on itself. Tesseron. Pike Man. Couple of turrets. Ah well, seems like we need to draw a new zone, but well, more nuisance than anything else. Alrighty everybody, I'll be cutting it short for tonight. I am still a little bit mushy from the heat wave and, well, I don't know. Seeing a mechanoid cluster always kind of like demotivates me as well. Anyways, so thanks for watching everybody. I really appreciate the company, even if we didn't have that much of a talk tonight. I feel like that was a good run nevertheless. We got the foundation for the spaceship down, and we're gonna see